I worked at Citibank for 8 years. I actually went into HR outsourcing for another 5 years. Now, after about 15 years in the corporate field, and what I realized was that what I enjoyed the most was managing people, helping them with their career development, career movement. And so then I realized I needed to get back in education. When I was in Mount Holyoke, I did an internship for educational psych. There was this one student. He didn't speak English. One of the projects that I had done was to introduce simple Japanese terms. One day during story time, he wouldn't sit down. So one of the other children actually told him to sit down in Japanese, and his face lit up. And immediately he ran over to her, sat next to her, and started just barraging her with Japanese. That was when I realized I really wanted to get into education. What was important to me over the years was the relationships with people. That is really what solidified for me that school counseling was where I wanted to be. The fact that multiculturalism is really embedded in the curriculum, and the fact that it's not just nationally based, but it has so many connections outside in the international community. That's essentially why I ended up picking TC. My professor, Kate Beck, so she's a college counselor at a public high school here in Manhattan. And I ended up doing my internship with her, helping these kids get them into a college that they were passionate about. There is a student who was having a really hard time in school. I was able to communicate on all fronts with his advisor, with his teachers, with his guardians and parent. So making sure that everybody's on the same page, we're all moving towards the same goal, and seeing them now pursue post-secondary education in a way that they hadn't thought that they would when I first met them. It's been really affirming in terms of my career change. Dr. Sandel was really that connection for me to be able to integrate into TC, but also she really proved that the faculty were there just to teach. They were there to support for us and help and improve the program. When COVID-19 was happening, there was constant communication. There was a lot of transparency, and I think that was definitely something that was uniquely TC.